Warning, explicit content. Blood, guts, swearing, lots of bad words, adult themes. No nudity, though. Lots of violence. Did I say violence? Viewer's discretion is advised. Welcome back, and I hope you guys are ready for another exciting episode of Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Of course, we're going to be screaming, yelling at the dice roller, and just generally being like, "Argh!" But, you know, it's all in good fun. So let's enjoy the story. Let's kill some monsters, do some dungeons, and see what comes next. So let's go and hop into it. Otherworldly taint right now. How cute indeed. It is very cute. I don't know what we're talking about, but she clearly thinks it's cute. Reliable Remote. Enter this location. Mount up. Nope, that's the wrong button. Don't mind me, just hitting the wrong things, doing the wrong stuff.
Is there trouble?
Always trouble.
Adventures are exciting.
Adventures are exciting.
No time for idling. No time for idling. Is there trouble?
Always trouble.
The world is full of wonder. The world is full of wonder. No time for idling.
Okay. Let's go ahead and save. We are ready to go. The gargoyle body.
So exciting.
I feel like this might be a trap, though. Commander, quickly come here. From the mountain, you see a raided camp and two groups of warriors, one wearing the white and yellow armor, and the other in black. They are led by a tall man in white priest robes. Some of the warriors glance around fretfully, their weapons shaking in their hands. You hear the screams of gargoyles from above. The beasts are approaching the camp.
Quickly, evacuate the wounded. The beasts are about to strike again. Use cloaks as stretchers. We've got to make it through. Paralictor, your people will have to cover us.
2 more minutes left out in the open, and neither you nor I will have any troops left to order about, Crusader.
But the wounded...
Problem solved. Retreat to shelter.
The one called Paralictor makes a barely noticeable gesture, and the swords of his troops execute the wounded. If the man in white has anything further to add, his words are drowned out by shrieks of gargoyles as they fall from the sky. Definitely tell Hell Knights are here. The Paralictor will lead the unit to the shelter. We need to get through to them.
With grace.
I gotta look around. Oh, if there's loot. Oh, shit.
They choose to stand against me.
Gargoyles. Go to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep. Sleep, go to sleep. Good job. You went to sleep. Doing as you're told. I should have shot one that had not gone yet. Ow. You snoozing. Oh, Doggo rolled a 1.
Stand down.
Yes. And I accidentally
Your time
passed my
is
turn.
over.
Good.
Adventures are exciting. Forever. Adventures are exciting.
Alright, let's go ahead and get everyone together.
Simple smile goes a long way.
Now we have good hope, so we have additional damage. Mm-hmm. More gargoyles. There's only 1. Oh, there's 2. 3. Yeah. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah, you went to sleep. Oh, you didn't get on the ground. I failed to trip you. Very nice.
Away, you rascal.
Now you're dead.
This is my time to shine.
The sight before you is at once macabre and picturesque. A lifeless couple, a man and a woman dressed in white and yellow priest robes, lie on the ground surrounded by the bodies of dead gargoyles. They are tangled in death. The claws of the monsters are tearing at the humans' clothes, and the largest gargoyle's talons have pierced the man's chest and punctured his heart. But before they died, he or his companion defeated the enemy. Suddenly, the woman opens her eyes. She doesn't look at you, but stares up at the whirlwind's horrific sky. Her pale lips open, and she exhales abruptly. The sun will never rise again. There's only darkness above me. Even the sky here is cursed, and we along with it. Yanker, walking in the front, steps over the man's body without looking, but turns around at the sound of the woman's voice. The Mendevian faithful break too easily. Good, heal the woman. You need help. You'll feel better now. The woman pushes you away with a weak gesture. Expend your efforts on someone who can be helped. Leave me. My crusade is over. Who are you? What happened here? I am a priestess of ardent Serenray from the Order of the Sunrise Sword. Next to me is Ashes Stranger, the head of our order. Sorrowful pride sounds in the woman's voice. He has led our forces on raids to the world many times, but this campaign, the gargoyles attacked a few nights ago. A vast number. We've never seen anything like it. Ashes organized our resistance with great skill. But while the monsters were distracted, our fighters, a small group of them, raided the camp and took our supplies. We were left without food and water in the middle of the whirlwind, where it's nearly impossible to find provisions. We shared the last crumbs of our supplies and set off back the way we came. Everyone was suffering from hunger and thirst. We grew weak and could barely fight back when the gargoyles struck a second time. They snatched many of us away. I saw the pain on Ash's face as he counted the losses, but he managed to rally us. We continued our trek and soon came across traces of recent battle. Someone had destroyed a troop of demon worshippers. In our desperation, we decided to follow the strangers to warn them of the gargoyles and seek their help, having no idea that they were Hell Knights, but we received only scorn. Every gulp of water in my unit is accounted for, they said. They spared us 2 flasks and a sack of dried bread. They said we were allowed to keep the sack to use as bandages. 2 flasks between all of us? A sack for bandages? What happened after that? The gargoyles attacked. Despite how the Hell Knights Paralictor had treated us, Ashius endeavored to help them and had us carried their wounded, but that monster had them slaughtered. Ashius beside himself. It's difficult to conceive such evil. He told our people to go with the Hell Knights to find shelter while he stayed to cover our retreat. The woman exhales softly. He was a strong cleric, but he treated our wounded. He neglected himself, and he paid for it. Your commander can't be helped, but you're still alive. Allow me to help you and come with us. The woman looks at you wistfully. Why? So many deaths. So many sacrifices. Such bravery. All for what? No, I will not go with you, stranger. My commander and I will die. By what we have lived for. Compassion and nobility. I don't want to keep fighting for a world that bows to such laws. May the goddess forgive me. Farewell. The woman closes her eyes, exhausted. Yanker shakes his head. Commander, I'm not going to advise you, but you're wasting your time on this fool, and the gargoyles will soon be back. That's their usual tactics. Fly up, regroup, attack again. I'm going back to my unit now, and I advise you not stay here long either. I'll take your stuff. That's a bastard sword. Full plate. Masterwork light crossbow. Bastard sword of hope. Whenever the wielder's +2 bastard sword confirms a critical hit with it, it restores 1d8 plus 5 hit points to the wielder. It can be wielded by only lawful good, lawful neutral, or neutral good characters. Too bad in this game you can't wield bastard swords without proficiency in 2 hands like you can in tabletop. Go to sleep. Good job. Yeah, get that one. You didn't trip him. Ooh, Gargoyle Half-Fiend Cleric. I got buffs too, boy. He's tired. Alright. Go ahead and shoot that one. Very nice. Aww.
Your time is over.
And I rolled a 1. Should have killed that one. Had to roll a 1. Very nice. I hit. Well, 17. Only needed a 6. And failed to trip.
Your time is over. You offend me.
Yeah, they offend you. Everything offends you. He's sleepy. That's the noises he makes.
You offend me.
Okay.
Stand down.
Oh crap, there's more.
Stand down.
Shoot the one behind you. Or roll a 1. That's 2 nat 20s.
Stand down.
Humana, go to sleep. Yeah. Alright, hit that one.
Away, you rascal.
Alright, he stayed dead. And he stayed dead too. Gotta steal everything from their camp first.
Easy.
Yeah, it is easy to steal their stuff. They're not here to defend it. Ooh, potions.
So exciting.
There we go. Ooh, Lord Nature.
No challenge at all.
Demonic energy has polluted the earth, creating tumors filled with poison. Not even halfway to level 8 yet.
Knight Commander, I presume. Your glory precedes you. I am Reginald de Renge, Heraliter of the Order of the God Claw, and temporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
The moment you step across the threshold, you're targeted with pale yellow eyes. A gnome with considerably gray in his hair, dressed in black armor, lowers his head slightly. That voice should not be coming out of a gnome. Like, ever. A joint unit?
Forcibly joined. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people.
It's supposed to be good when different people unite. We're here for a common cause. But it still gives me the creeps for some reason. Hell Knights shouldn't be allowed to get their claws into our paladins. It's wrong.
We need to get rid of the gargoyles, then we'll
Agreed.
talk.
Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
Go sleep. Yeah, roll natural 1. Get suck it. And I rolled bad. 302. Oh,
Away,
you look
you
sleepy. These guys don't have magic weapons. Just like my horse doesn't have a magic weapon. Oh, he's dead. I actually wish that gave haste to everybody. So I could see more 0 damage attacks. Because these guys probably have like a 14 strength. Nothing super crazy. There we go. Go skeletons. I'll repause it if something gets weird. But this can be a really long fight. Actually, let's move you to the back. Oh shit, that's a gargoyle high cleric. Okay. Mobility 23. I'm reloading. I don't want to take damage. That's only you get experience or don't get experience from it. We're still alive. Please be Serenray. The skeleton of a man wearing armor from the time of the First Crusade. It's holding a skeleton child with strange proportions and animal paws instead of right arm and leg. That's a mongrel baby. There's Regil. Regil gracefully stows his weapon and places his hands behind his back. You two, check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against aerial attacks. Quartermaster, inventory the remnants of our camp. I want to make sure that the gargoyles only abducted people and weren't interested in anything else. Send messengers immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. And I need a full list of casualties. The sooner, the better. He turns to you and nods slightly. Commander, your arrival was well timed. Now we can finally talk. I am quite interested in the events that occurred at the Grey Garrison, and I suppose you have questions for me. What do you want to know about what happened at the Grey Garrison? Any shift in the balance of power during this war has a direct impact on my mission. If a new player appears who is capable of fighting demons effectively, then I am ready to support that person with all the resources I have at my disposal. Righeous speaks pensively, as if talking to himself. But naturally, I cannot blindly trust a stranger, even one marked by the gods. You have every right to doubt. I usually don't trust strangers either. So we understand each other. Thank you, Commander. Righeous nods more to himself than to you. If there's anything you would like to know before we move on to more serious issues. What are you going to do now after the gargoyle attack? By the way, I'm not going to ask him about killing people. He's a Hell Knight. Hell Knights are lawful evil. They care about law and survival and getting the mission done. He doesn't care. Those wounded, they're a liability when you're talking about the whole group versus the couple of wounded people. Think of the ends justify the means to the extreme, if you're not familiar with the Hell Knights. Continuing, I will wait for my remaining fighters to return. What you see here is only a small portion of my forces. As for my long-term plans, that depends on the results of our conversation, Commander. Righeous narrows his eyes. Before we move on to serious subjects, I'd like to address an organizational issue regarding my unit. You may wish to present. Yanker steps forward and salutes with a clenched fist to his chest. Paralictor, permission to report. During the first gargoyle attack, I determined it necessary to leave my post. I swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked them to provide assistance. Righeous nods. The reinforcements were much needed. You will earn double salary for your resourcefulness, Yanker, and 100 lashes for abandoning your post. And the game crashed.
One save scum later.
The young knight grows a little pale, but immediately salutes again. Yes, Paralictor. Chaotic. I wonder if it's foolish to overly harsh punish Yanker for leaving his post. When he did do it to bring help, it would be foolish and harsh, but entirely lawful. To execute him for desertion. Righeous peers at Yanker with his pale yellow eyes. Did you know the location of the commander's squad, knight? No, Paralictor. I assume I might meet friendly troops on the other side of the river, but I couldn't know for sure. You see, Commander? Of course, I could be gracious and look at the other way, but that would mean that during the next battle, 10 or 20 of my men my people will think it is high time they ran to get help. Initiative requires reasonable limits. Not to mention, 100 lashes is hardly a punishment for a true Hell Knight. I'd say it's more of a spiritual warm-up. Yanker gives you a serious look. Thank you for your concern, Commander, but I do not wish to evade fair punishment. I wouldn't be a Hell Knight if I did. Righeous, who has watched you closely throughout the entire conversation, nods to himself. Now, for a more delicate issue. You, Commander. We are interested in our dispute. You were... Righeous. Starting again. Righeous, who has watched you closely throughout the entire conversation, nods to himself. Now, for a more delicate issue. You, Commander. We're interested in our dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? Their forces in Canaveras suffered great losses in the demon attack, and now their leader has perished and his troops are in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. Their order will hardly be able to recover from the losses they've suffered. What are you getting at? These fighters aren't the finest material I've worked with, but if I assume formal command over them, I'll be able to reforge them into weapons of reasonable quality. 1 or 2 might even become true Hell Knights. The rest will be put to good use as well. No one but them has the right to decide their fate. Talk to them directly and get your answer. Righeous looks at the warriors in white and yellow, shifting cheerlessly from one foot to the other. Initiates of the Sunrise Sword, your leader is dead. The Order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendev to join another Crusader order, and hope that they don't meet the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or, you may remain under my command. I will not promise that it will be easy, or that our war-making will be constricted by your principles. What I can promise is this. Under my command, you will never again feel like a helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous raptor. One priestess asks, does this mean we've worked off the precious resources you spent on us? The water, medicine, and the bandages? Yells one of the knights in white and yellow. I wouldn't make such an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. The initiates of the Sunrise Sword consult with each other for a time, and then one of them, a young woman in knight's armor, steps forward. Thank you for your trust, Paralictor. We will stay, and are ready to obey your orders. Fine. In due course, I will review your troops and make any necessary decisions regarding your role in my unit. Rigel turns to you. And now, Commander, for the most important issue, cooperation between our forces. We do have a common enemy and a common battlefield. My army and I are going to Dresden to free the city from demons. You can join forces with us. Rigel rubs his chin pensively. Dresden, an ambitious goal, but most reasonable. I imagine how such a victory would rally all the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner. And we certainly need a base of operations inside the World Wound. I stand ready to support you. Moreover, I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that Hell Knights are outside Mendev's jurisdiction. My unit and I will join your forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem that our goals coincide. It's a deal? Yes, Commander. My forces and Regil Duringe are at your disposal. He's a gnome Hell Knight who wields a gnome hook hammer. Like, if you've ever played any of these games and they're like, here's a gnome hook hammer, and you're like, who the fuck uses this? This guy. This guy does. I mean, it's actually kind of funny. For once, they've actually put together a character that uses gnome hook hammers. So, it's interesting to say the least. Oh, I can leave right there.
So exciting.
Sweet. And we will collect everything as we're heading back to camp. The episode for today is over. The narrator's a little tired. You gotta give him some props for, going at it. But thank you for hanging out and watching Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Hopefully you guys had fun. So if you did, do the thing. Like, comment, subscribe, share it. The link for the previous episodes and next episodes should be in the descriptions, unless they are not out yet. If you want them early, you could always beg for them in the comments, maybe. Tell me your favorite part of each episode. Let me know you guys are enjoying it. And with that, I will let you guys get back to your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for hanging out.